And here we have our first historical relic. This is a nuclear bunker. Back when Albania was a communist country, the dictator at the time built what I read was 700,000 of these around the country because he believed that there was a real nuclear threat. And of course, Albania was never attacked with nuclear weapons. Some people say that there was never really a threat and that the dictator was paranoid, but that's something that can be kind of hard to prove. But these have just all been kept here, so I'll be keeping my eyes open for a little game of I Spy the Nuclear Bunker on our continuing journey through Albania. I don't know that I've seen mountains this big in Europe yet. So we've made it to the city of Elbasan, where we'll be spending our first night in Albania. But before going to bed, let's see what food looks like in Albania. So you might be wondering, how come I was looking for Albanian food but ended up with pizza? Well, firstly, I really like pizza. But secondly, pizza is Albanian food. Because Albania is situated on the other side of the Mediterranean Sea from Italy. It's only a 4-hour boat ride. In fact, Italy once ruled Albania. Then even after that, because the two countries were somewhat close, Albanians would actually receive Italian TV and radio stations. So a lot of Albanians, especially older Albanians, actually speak some level of Italian. And a percentage of them have actually gone to Italy for work. A lot of them in restaurants and stuff like that. And have come back with those Italian recipes and techniques. So because of that, there's a lot of pizzerias in Albania. And the pizza is quite good. And there's also just a lot of Italian restaurants in general. But don't worry, later on in this journey, we'll tackle some more uniquely Albanian foods. Yes. Okay, thank you. So the reason I asked that man for directions is because for Albania, I'm not planning on purchasing a SIM card. And that's because I'll be pretty much sticking to motorways or highways. And that is because you don't really have much of a choice if you want to be on if you don't want to be on a paved road. because there is very limited selection of that in Albania. And that's partly due to the fact that not that long ago, when Albania was under a communist dictator, owning a car was illegal. So there wasn't much need for roads. So we've made it to Fier, where I have a reservation. And after I reserved online, the woman who owns the house or apartment sent me an email telling me that I had to go to a nearby school and then meet with the head of security before going to her apartment. But I did not have to meet with the quote-unquote head of security for the school, because the woman saw me from the window and called out to me, so I was not detained and questioned to see if I was a Western spy. It was only to direct me to where the entrance to the apartment was. That was a bit of a joke about being detained and questioned. But if you were a foreigner here during communist times, that is something that very well could happen, because the country was completely closed off to the rest of the world. Similar to how North Korea is today. So if the authorities did find a foreigner, being detained and questioned to see if you're a foreign spy is definitely something that could happen. But being closed off for so long has led to Albania developing its own unique culture. So the couple who owned the apartment that I was staying at were super hospitable, and in the morning the woman made me some kind of fried spinach kind of things, which I believe are is typical Albanian food, and it was really good. And actually the night before, the chicken I showed had spinach in it as well. So I'm getting a much needed dose of vegetables, which hopefully will give me the energy I need for what I think is going to be a bit of a tough day. So I did actually make it to Imar as the sun was going down. It's a pretty tough day. So today I will not be doing a big day of cycling. In fact, we won't be making any forward progress at all. By that I mean we're not going to be ending up further south down the coast. As today we'll be visiting Porto Palermo in the old and new town of Chiapparo. Porto Palermo, a small, attractive bay on Albania's Ionian coast. But Porto Palermo is more than just a pretty place to soak in the sun. And at one point in time, Porto Palermo was one of the more important bays or ports in this part of the world and merited a fortress. Welcome to Old Chiapparo. An old, mostly abandoned town in the Albanian Ionian Coast Mountains. Hello. There's another nuclear bunker right there. And there's Saranda, the unofficial capital of the Albanian coast, where we'll be spending the night and the next day. So Tommy, were you living here in Albania during communist times?
Yes, I did.
How was it before, and how is it now? Like, what are the parts you'd like or don't like from before and now?
Look, like everything in life, everything is relative, you know, with the bad things and good things, you know. That time was good for some points, but bad for some points. Also now it's some good sides and bad sides, you know what I mean? So I can think that everything was perfect then, but also now I don't think everything is perfect, you know. Both systems have their own problems, you know what I mean? That's how I see, in my opinion, you know.
Uh-huh. But if you had to pick one that you liked the most of the times?
It's not so easy, you know, because, you know, by nostalgia, you like the past.
Yeah.
But for the things you have now, you love the present, you know.
Yeah.
This is how I see my life, you know what I mean?
Do you have like more like things that improve quality of life, more luxury kind of?
Now this system give you the chance, you know, to show you are, and you get your own goods, you know. Now if you work hard, for example, or in the past, you know, even you can work how hard you could, you know, you get the same with others.
Same as everyone.
Everything was equal, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now it's different. If you get more, if you give more, you get more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's that kind of things that the system gives you. You know what I mean? This is how I see the things. Also the economy. I do remember the market before 1990 was not full. Lot of things, you know, the basic were missing. Now the market is full, but you know, not all the people have the chance to afford this kind of things. You know what I mean? So.
Okay,
It's
but
not easy to say, you know what I mean?
yeah, but would you say you like living in Albania right now?
Of course, well, that's why I came from England, you know. I like to live here. I'm self-employed. I enjoy what I do still, you know. I'm improving my things. I extended the business last year, so that's why, you know, I like to live here. Why not? You know, I was in England.
Yeah.
I was nobody there. Nobody. I'm here. I'm somebody because it's my own country.
Yeah.
I feel very safe, secure.
Yeah.
I go home with my closed eyes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know everyone here.
You're the mayor of Saranda.
I wish, but I lost elections, so I
Oh
quit, you
no!
know?
Allegations of corruption.
Corruption is part of the system, man. You know what I mean? Corruption part of the system. Corruption, you know, you can get all over the world. You know.
So I've taken a bit of a detour here because apparently there's a natural phenomenon here called the blue eye. Gjirokastër, our final town that we'll be seeing in Albania. And from the little that I've seen so far, it looks like a pretty cool one. And with that, we'll end our journey through southern Albania. One that I quite enjoyed, and hope you did too. Definitely a beautiful country. I haven't seen the north, but I hear that it's also beautiful. Great people. Shout out to Tommy. Interesting history. Yeah, and a very affordable place to travel as well. Can't say enough good things. So thankfully for you viewers, the journey through Albania isn't over. Coming up next on the channel will be the video of Porto Palermo and Keparo, the video of Saranda, video of Butrint, and then finally the video of Gjirokastër. And then we'll be heading to Greece. If you enjoyed this video and you'd like to help me make more of these and continue this journey as far as possible, you can support the cause by being a Patreon supporter. And I'll be putting a link to the Patreon in the description below the video. I was in Albania as part of my journey bicycling through Central and Eastern Europe. Before that, I bicycled from Cape Town, South Africa to Nairobi, Kenya. So about half of Africa. And before that, I bicycled from Canada, where I'm from, all the way down to southern Patagonia in Chile and Argentina. And all of those videos are available on this very same YouTube channel, Hum of the Earth. And if you'd like to see an interactive map of everywhere that I went and everything that I got to see and do, I have that available over on my website, followthehumoftheearth.com, where you can click on the different locations and see the various blog posts and videos that I've made of these places. And if you'd like to follow my continuing adventures, once again bicycling through Central and Eastern Europe, you can do so by clicking on the red subscribe button below the video and clicking on the bell to be notified when new videos come out. Alright, so that's going to do it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed. Have a good one.